to it. Let's get to the topic at hand tonight. Guys, remote workers. Oh, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Elon Musk says remote workers are just pretending to work. Are you guys pretending to work? They're saying, these CEOs are saying, guys, you're pretending to work. Are you pretending to work? That's the question that you should ask yourself, because if you're pretending to work and you're not being valuable to the company or to your relationships and so forth, you probably got something coming. But let's keep it to the job right now. Are you pretending to work? And Elon Musk says you guys are. Is he right? The question is he right? I'll say this though. All this news coming out about Elon Musk, about him having an affair with Sergey Brin's wife and so forth, that caused them to have a divorce. There's a lot of denial going on. I wasn't going to talk about this and so forth, but all I can say is this to Mr. Elon, although he's a mastermind and the world's richest man, but there's a whole bunch of sloppiness that's going on right now with this man. So he just needs to do this.
Man, sit your ass down.
That's what he needs to do.
Man, sit your ass down.
That's what Mr. Musk needs to do at this point. It's sloppy. It's very, very sloppy. You can't have a name like that and are doing things that are sloppy, that's making the public and so forth. He needs to...
Man, sit your ass down.
That's what he needs to do. But let's get to the topic, guys. Remote work is no longer acceptable, according to Elon Musk. The world's richest man doubled down when he confirmed the memo's authenticity on Twitter, writing that remote workers should pretend to work somewhere else. And as it turns out, remote workers really are pretending to work quite a lot. But pretending to work is hard, they're saying. Pretending to work is hard. We use Teams at my company. And if you're not active on Teams, you get the yellow signal, right? He's away, right? Idle, and so forth. Well, if your manager is watching that and they're watching that, are you doing things to pretend that you're actually working? Do you have a mouse that has this automatic twist on it? They sell those on Amazon now, right? Are you spending money to make it seem like you are at your computer? Are you going out in the yard and spending 15 minutes and coming back right away? All that stuff is extra work. All that is extra work to show that you're pretending to work, and that's what they're talking about today. So new data from Quadalag and GitLab puts a number on it. Knowledge workers waste an extra 67 minutes online each day doing menial tasks for the express purpose of proving to their managers and their colleagues that they are available and working. It's taking a strain. The survey polled 2,000 knowledge workers and found that more than half of them, 54% of them, they're saying, reported feeling pressure to show that they are online status by replying to emails, Slack messages, and adding comments to Google Docs or updating project management tools. Are you guys just sending menial messages to your coworkers? Hey, what's up, right? Are you guys just, replying to emails that don't need to be replied to, right? Are you guys, updating documents that don't need to be updated? They're not a priority. You're just sitting at the desk working on things that really isn't going to bring value to the company or show that you are productive. If you're doing that, you fall into this category. It's a new twist in the developing saga of remote work, and it shows that escaping the culture of presenteeism isn't as simple as escaping the physical office. Digital presenteeism. The report calls this digital presenteeism. It's a remote version of traditional presenteeism, when workers stay at their desk for no reason other than to prove that their bosses that they're working. Some of those people who are sitting in the office, right? They're there all day, but they don't bring a lot of value, so they don't get a lot of accolades and stuff like that. They just sit in the office and occupy space. Are you doing that now? Are you doing that now at your home office?
Damn!
Are you doing that now at your home office? Because if you're doing that, Guys, you gotta find a better way. That's why we always talk about in coaching sessions and on this channel, on this platform, that if you provide value to your company, you can pretty much get away with anything. If you provide value to your company, you can pretty much do what you want. Even Elon Musk said that the people who are great performers, high performers, there is an exception for them to work remote. Only those people though, All the other people, you gotta get your ass back to the office.
God damn!
You gotta get your ass back to the office.
Damn!
So you got to ask yourself, are you a top performer? If you're a top performer, you get away with a lot. You can work remote. You don't have to go to the office. I've been away from the office for years. Don't have to worry about it. But I must say this, even on my vacations, I work. I had to. And I have to at this point in time because we have some big deals. We need to make a big quarter. And they're relying on me. They're like, Antoine, the ball is in your court in order for you to help out this time. So I know that I need to work as hard as I can by the end of our quarter, which is next month. And if I can do that and crush my numbers, I'm going to be in a very good position. You guys think that I've done well last year showing you my W-2s, but let's just say this, I can double that this year if I crush my numbers. Double that this year, okay? So if you are a high performer, you can get away with a lot of things. You can take a month off at a time. You can work whatever you want to work. You can be across the world and do whatever you want to do, and nobody's going to be worried about you at all. Nobody's going to be worried about you at all. Okay, but if you're not, you need to figure out a way how you can become a high performer, become part of the community, become part of the Black Heights community. Book a coaching session with me, gain the visibility, become a brother Marvin, a brother Noah, a brother Before the Billions, a brother Travis, a brother Brandon, a brother Malik. Become high performers, brother Ron, brother Jabron, sister Brandy, brother Jonathan. Become high performers so that you can do whatever you need to do. Nobody's watching over your back. You don't have to worry about sitting down in a chair, occupying space, doing absolutely nothing. Menial tasks, responding to emails that you shouldn't be responding to, looking for work to do. Book a coaching session. www.blkheights.com. www.blkheights.com. Join the Patreon. Become part of the ladder climbing community. When you see other people having success, Brother Marvin, for example, Brother Jonathan, for example, Brother Gray, for example, down in Miami, Brother Travis, Brandon, when you see people having success and we're able to share that success, it makes you want to get in line. It makes you want to be a part of that. It's attractive. That's why the Black Heights community exists. To continue to push forward, be a community that's a representation of what we want to see in the world, doing the work, building wealth, putting ourselves in positions of power so that we can influence others, being part of a community so that when, or if you do get laid off, you got people to call. You got people to call to say, hey, are you guys hiring? This is what I do. This is what I do. Can you find a position for me? Can you help me with my resume? Can you get this to the hiring manager? And so forth. That's why the community exists. That's why the community exists. But let's get back to it. Digital presenteeism hinges on that same visibility. Whether that means responding to notifications or sitting in Zoom meetings you don't need to attend, the report says. And like offers presenteeism, it doesn't correlate to any work output. The worries about maintaining active Slack statuses aren't unfounded. Many CEOs besides Musk have been vocal about their belief in the superiority of in-person work. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon calls remote work an aberration. While remote work is seen as no match for the office when it comes to learning, growth, and creating upward mobility, according to Chris Merrill, CEO of capital market company Harrison Street. It's very important to get the younger employees in the office collaborating and working better, he says. And I would agree with that. That's why if you attended a coaching session with me and you are in a new role, I advise you to get in the office, to gain that visibility, to meet people, to learn from people. I was in a meeting on yesterday, and I was in a meeting with one of our top salesmen over the last 10 years. And I was a new employee. I would be sitting in front of him almost every single day to try to gain as much knowledge and to learn insights as quickly as possible. That's what new employees need to do. That's what people that jump into new companies need to do, especially if they don't have the knowledge. That's what people coming out of college needs to do. They need to be present. They need to be in the office. They need to learn from people because we learn from people's behaviors, but we also learn from when people give us information and tell us the game. You can read books all you want, and it's going to give you a lot of information. You can work in the software and the tools all you want, but it's very important to get in front of people who have that knowledge so it can shortcut your learning. It can shortcut the amount of time you spend on having to learn by yourself. So 7 in 10 people who work in asynchronously during the hours that work for best for them, which are not necessarily when their colleagues are aligned, feel they are pressured and most acutely reporting high levels of worry that people won't recognize that they're working. The stakes of empty presenteeism are considerably higher for workers hesitant to take time off when they need to, like sick people. According to the March report for global advisory firm WTW, people with long COVID are 54% more likely to engage in presenteeism or show up at work when they're not able to fully function. So guys, I'm gonna leave it right here. But I want you to ask yourself this question. Is this you? Is this you? And if it is, you need to do something about it, guys. Gain visibility, learn your skills, increase your skills. Get in front of the people who matter. Prove value. If you don't know how to do any of that stuff, book a coaching session with me. www.blkheights.com. www.blkheights.com.